There's no such thing as a lesser evil when both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris support Israel's genocide. Kamala is not a girl boss. She's not a good person. She's another genocidal Zionist, the same as the rest of these politicians. In May 2019, Kamala Harris signed a letter to the International Criminal Court. And do you want to know why? Because she was against their investigation of Israel's crimes. She called it dangerous. And do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of this spring, when a group of Republicans wrote a similar letter to the International Criminal Court telling them they were against their investigation, also calling it dangerous and threatening the prosecutor and their family. These guys were funded with millions of dollars from AIPAC. Kamala, she doesn't need any of that. She supports a genocide without having to be funded by the pro-Israel lobby. That's a true Zionist at heart. Kamala even gave a speech at one of AIPAC's policy conferences. In March 2019, she said, "We will always stand with Israel and support its right to defend itself." He gave a similar speech in June 2021 to the Jewish Democratic Council of America. In fall 2021, Kamala Harris visited George Mason University, where she took questions from some students. This ended up getting her in a lot of trouble because one of the students asked her why she could say she values the voice of the people when, despite protests, her administration had just approved more weapons for Israel, contributing to the ethnic genocide, is what the student said. Not wanting to appear bad, Kamala deflected the question, talking about how she did think that the voice of the people was important, but said nothing about Palestine or corrected or said anything about what the student had actually asked her. This put her in some hot water, and immediately afterwards she went into cleanup mode. Her and her team reached out to pro-Israel groups across the United States and reaffirmed her support for Israel. Kamala even spoke with the CEO of the ADL, Jonathan Greenblatt, who published this tweet about the call that he had with her. He said, "Just spoke with VP office. Glad to hear her confirm she is proud of her record supporting Israel and knows claims it is committing ethnic genocide is patently false. Looking forward to a clearing of the record so there's no ambiguity that what that student said was hateful/wrong." Kamala's spokesperson even made a statement for her saying the vice president strongly disagrees with the student's characterization of Israel. In May 2020, Kamala wrote an op-ed for The Forward where she said things like, "Our relationship with Israel is ironclad and unshakable. It is rooted in shared values, mutual security interests, and a deep commitment to democracy and human rights." Does Kamala Harris really believe that Israel has a deep commitment to human rights? I don't think so, and pretending like it's true is only serving as cover for the genocide. I'm telling you, Kamala Harris is no different than these Republicans and these AIPAC Democrats. She's always supported the genocide, she's never cared about the Palestinians, and all her pretty words mean nothing. They are just empty platitudes without any real action behind them, as Palestinians are slaughtered. Voting for the less evil genocidal Zionist still means you're voting for a genocidal Zionist, and I'm sick of people pretending like she's a good person. She's not. That's delusional. Unless something changes, no arms embargo on Israel, no vote for Kamala Harris. I'm not doing it. And you should do that too, because we need to be done supporting these kinds of people. Nothing's going to change if every election the Americans who are putting pressure on politicians to change give up and vote for the lesser evil. You know what kind of message that sends to these parties? It tells them that we don't care enough, because when the clock starts ticking, they're still going to get our votes. If you're somebody who cares about change and knows how important it is to put continual pressure on our politicians, then use your voice, speak out, no arms embargo, no vote. Don't vote for somebody who supports Israel's genocide. Vote for Jill Stein or Cornel West. And you might be saying, well, they're not going to win. And that's not the point. When enough people stop voting for the two main parties, it tells those parties that we care enough. We're serious enough that we're not going to vote for them. And if they want our votes, they are going to have to change. And if enough people pledge to withhold their vote for Kamala until she promises an arms embargo, that's a hell of a lot of pressure. Commit to it, pledge to it. Thank you, and free Palestine.